The kickoff by Caleb Burke. Fielded by Calhoun. It goes off of his hands and out of bounds through the end zone. So Case will start with the football going from left to right. Calhoun will take a break until the defense comes onto the field. And Rob Kuda will start things off once again. Andrew Luftglass inside the broadcast booth along with Eddy Jansen. Pleasure to have you with us in this, the home opener of the 2017 season. Eddy, it was a fun first half of action, and Rob Kuda did a really nice job with the deep ball as we outlined moments ago. We'll see if they go back there. They'll keep it with Kuda on the option read, and he'll get first down yardage out to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, we were a little concerned about Kuda health-wise, but 8 carries in the first half. That was definitely done by design. A good sign that Rob Kuda is feeling 100%.
Now it's Burke bumbling ahead. Carl Jaskar with his second straight takedown. But another pretty good gain for the Spartans. 4 yards, sets up 2nd and 6 from the 40. Good look at Andrew Seifert there. Kuda goes back to the deep ball. Jump ball incomplete, looking for Spitali. He was in coverage with Jackson McFall, his number mate. McFall never saw the football, but Spitali couldn't get up and catch it.
Well, it's just putting a body on a body right there. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that from the cornerback position, but as we just mentioned, Kuda has had a lot of success with that deep ball. 4 passes of over 30 yards in the first half.
3rd and 6 from the Spartans' own 40. They lead by 11. Kuda barks orders to his center, Thomas Strayer. Flanked by Merlau and DeMarinis at right and left guard. Kuda will lean on his offensive line to help him rush up the middle. First down yardage past midfield, and again the tackle made by Jaskar.
This is just Kuda momentarily scanning the field, seeing the hole right in front of him, and once again this offensive line comes through. They have been opening up holes for a long time for Rob Kuda.
8 rushes in the first half by Kuda for 50 yards, none for a loss, and he's rushed twice on this drive already. He'll call Jacob Burke's number, who runs up the middle for no gain.
I tell you what, not a whole lot of yards there, but Burke is just really the perfect changeup to Kuda. Kind of like a slash and dash combination. Kuda with the speed and the agility, and Burke with the, the muscle and more of an in between the tackles type of guy. That's just a really difficult thing for a defense to do for 30 to 35 minutes each game.
About a half-yard gain there. You get a look at Colton Morgan at the top of your screen. He's the lone man on the left side. 3 on the near side. Flag on the play. And the ball thrown too high for Morgan, far side. Let's take a look at the flag. It was thrown by the line judge, Zachary Cataldi. Offside on Grove City.
And that'll put it to 3 penalties each per side. Spartans with only 2 a week ago, but 3 still a pretty decent number at this point in the third quarter.
2nd and 4 from the 42-yard line. Now a 3 wide set. Fake handoff, roll out to Kuda. He steps up around a tackler, tries to scramble around another, but comes up empty, and Jaskar again storms to the football.
Yeah, that time Rob may have held on to the football just a little bit too long. He's just a little preoccupied with trying to get away from the defenders. Got to give a lot of credit to Grove City right there, just not giving Kuda any more time to get comfortable back there and to try to have a hole open up. They closed it up tightly.
Jaskar and Caleb Allen on the first tackle for a loss on Kuda today. It sets up 3rd and 11. Kuda drops back, has to step up around the pressure of Allen. He'll run out to the left, and he's got some space. He runs for a first down and slides inside enemy territory out to the 32-yard line.
Boy, and the senior defensive tackle right there, number 90, that was Quentin Reed, was this close to busting up that play, but Rob Kuda just doing so well, making something out of nothing.
Burke up the middle, not much. Quentin Reed, a two-sport star for the Wolverines, two-time PAC javelin champ for the track and field team. His defensive line mate, Jacob Armbrecht, helping in on the three-down lineman set. Reed, by the way, not the only man on the track and field team. Tyler Gustafson is as well. He also throws javelin. Reed does shot put and discus as well. 2nd and 9 for Kuda from the Wolverine 31. 3 on the near side. That's Hurd at the bottom of your screen. Kuda will run it. He will knife his way and power his way to a pretty decent gain despite not much of a window. Colton Young on the tackle. Out to the 27-yard line, 3rd and 5.
You know, overall, the Wolverines defensively, they've done pretty well on 3rd down. Limited the Spartans to just 2 conversions and 7 tries in the first half on 3rd down, but Spartans definitely going to remain aggressive here.
11 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 21-10 Case. Kuda looking for DeFrancesco, broken up and almost intercepted by the duo of Canto and Ross, but they ran into each other and the ball fell incomplete. 4th down and 5. It was thrown too short for DeFrancesco. Ross thought he should have had it. Spartans will go for it.
Easily could have been an interception right there, trying to thread the needle between 2 defenders, but Spartans once again staying aggressive on 4th down and manageable.
Spartans attacking toward that Wyan Athletic and Wellness Center. Left to right on your screen. Burke to his left hip. Kuda rolling out, he'll tuck and run. Trying to get to the sticks on the far sideline. Ball pops out, but it looked like it went out of bounds first, and we'll see where they spot it. We're gonna get a good look at this.
Well, there's the initial hit. There's Kuda leaning forward, and they're gonna say 1st down.
Really, really close. But the referees give the Spartans a positive spot on the 22. 1st down and 10. 2 wide, DeFrancesco the man on the near side. Aguilar and Burke in the backfield. Spitali on the far side. They'll hand to Burke. Burke up the middle, tripped up, gets out to about the 10-yard line.
Burke just so good at going in between the tackles. Got to get a lot of white uniforms to bring him down. It's a one strategy. Go for the lower half of Kevin Burke to try to stop him.
Burke taking it up the middle again. He's got 2 touchdowns today. He's got 3.
Well, Kevin Burke just gets a little bit of momentum going forward, and sometimes all it takes is one little run for a 1st down here or there, and just gets him powering forward. That's the power back that we know from Kevin Burke. He has just become a touchdown machine here tonight.
27-10 Spartans. Trying to make it 28-10 with 10:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. Spitali on the hold. Carniol's kick. He's still perfect tonight. 28-10, Case on top. And a good way to start the 2nd half for the Spartans. A 13-play drive for Case that goes 80 yards and spans almost 5 minutes of 2nd half clock to open it up. Jacob Burke, a 12-yard run, his 3rd touchdown of the night.
And probably the longest drive that the Spartans have had here in this game, only having the ball for 13 minutes, just over 13 minutes here in the first half. So good to see the Spartans offense have some longevity on the field, staying on the field offensively and still producing numbers.
You will remember last year, by the way, Eddie, that Jacob Burke in week 3 scored 4 touchdowns to tie a Case record. He's 1 touchdown shy of tying his own mark. Well, that would be something. That was against Waynesburg in week 3. at Waynesburg. He's got 3 touchdowns. Orsini has 1 for the Spartans. Kolderup's kick all the way through the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Spartans would like to thank its sponsors for the 2017 season. Case Western Reserve sponsor Boxcast, the official streaming video provider of Spartan Athletics. Find out more at boxcast.com. Andrew DiDonato, second-year head coach of Grove City College. Former quarterback great for the Wolverines. All-time passing yards record holder, now the head man. Is the ball loose? They will say incomplete on the far side. Pass was intended for Cody Gustafson. We'll have a look. I think they're saying down by contact, and it didn't look like it on that look.
Yeah, looked like a catch there, but bringing up 2nd and 12.
That looked like his knee didn't touch. So they call it a catch, but down by contact, and it looked like the receiver, Gustafson, was rolling over and not yet down. So a bit of a break for the Wolverines. 2nd and 12. Labrie stepping up. Too far. Picked off, but a flag on the play. Interception made by Kevin Chrisis. Well, we will have to take a look at the flag, and it's pass interference called by the back judge, Kyle Brown. That's that ward-off right there.
Yep. Just a little bit before they came into the picture there, but another good long ball by Grove City right there. But yeah, I believe that would have been the first turnover, not forced by downs of the game, but unfortunately it just does not go Case's way.
Well, back-to-back near turnovers for the Spartans. 1 fumble that was negated on a down by contact call, and then 1 interception negated on a pass interference against Kevin Chrisis, who was in search of his 2nd interception of the year. He had a 29-yard touchdown return on an interception in week 1 at Chicago. Not to be here. Chrisis is on the bottom of your screen in coverage with Matt Pennypacker, the senior receiver from Warwick, Pennsylvania. They sling it out near side for Grieco. He'll get about 7 yards out to the 45-yard line. That's the slot back, Gabe Grieco, another senior from New Brighton, Pennsylvania. Caught a touchdown week 1 at Juniata. An early season injury last year caused him to miss the first 3 weeks of action, but he's back and healthy in 2017. Handoff up the middle for Wesley Schools. His first touch of the half takes him near the first down marker, but he'll come up short. 3rd and looks like 1 to go.
And once again, big number 74, Ian Henderson, was definitely a factor right in there. Definitely have to put 2 bodies on him at all times, or else he's going to stuff the run.
They'll call it 3rd and 2 from the 46-yard line. Labrie has Schools in the backfield. It will be Labrie on the keeper. This is going to be close. The Spartans are saying no, they didn't get it. Didn't look like they did from here. It will be short. 4th down and inches to go. And the offense, as you'd expect, will stay on the field. Jonas Fair, however, will not. He'll come out for a sub. Ethan Fry will come in to replace him. Jeff Matthews bends over the football on 4th and 1. Not quite yet. We'll get a timeout. And it will be a Grove City College timeout with 7:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. 28-10, Spartans on top. And Eddie, what do you think of this timeout from Andrew DiDonato?
I think it's a good call. I definitely want to make sure that you're on the right page on 4th and 1, and maybe you also even want to decide if you even want to go for it in the first place, because if you don't get it, then the Spartans start in your own territory. So maybe he's just buying himself a little bit of time to make a clear and concise decision first, and then the Wolverines can definitely go from there.
If they go for it, you'd imagine they will give the ball to Wesley Schools. He's had a pretty good game so far. He's done a good job getting 2 to 3 yards per carry at the very least, and they need just 1. But this is going to be a tough get because you'd imagine the Spartans know that Grove City's going to run it, and they have a very veteran front 7 with all juniors and seniors. And the 2 juniors they have, Ian Henderson and Cameron Brown, are 2 of the best in the pack. They'll line up to go for it. 2 in the backfield. Kunst is the fullback with Schools in front of him. Check that, it's Jared Rephart, the fullback, now goes over to the tight end spot. Labrie with the motion man, Grieco. They'll keep it with Labrie, powering forward. The Spartans think they didn't get it. If it's short, it's a turnover on downs and plus field position for Case. The Spartans are signaling turnover on downs. This may be measurement worthy, though.
Well, I would definitely say measurement worthy, but there it is, right there.
So the Spartans get the turnover on downs. They kept it with Randall Labrie, and it looked like Andrew DiDonato was trying to juke out the Case Western Reserve University defensive front 7 with all of the motion. But pound for pound, the Spartans come in there and they make the stop, and you got to give big credit, taking a look at that replay, to Justin McMahon coming in on that stop.
Yeah, definitely a big stop by the Spartans right there, and they did bring a little beef on the defensive line as well, putting some guys down on the line. That definitely played a factor in Grove City turning it over there.
Kuda will step up. He'll throw it long to Fan. Jump ball intercepted. Ethan Conto picks it off. His first of the season.
Well, he's just a guy that stays around the football, and this is excellent pass coverage, just staying right in front of the ball. Nothing Justin Fan could do. Ball a little bit underthrown. One of the rare semi-off target throws we've seen from Kuda today, but you know, Grove City, give them a ton of credit stepping in front of the ball, and they now get a turnover right after the failed 4th down conversion.
So Rob Kuda throws the interception to Ethan Conto. For Kuda, it's his first interception thrown to the 2017 campaign. Labrie takes over after a near miss on 4th down and 1. He'll sling it out to Cameron Drake on the far side, who picks up about 8 yards, very close to a first down.
Well, Andrew, I guess the one thing you're thinking about right now, the Spartans defense has been on the field quite a bit. I mean, for over 16 minutes in the first half, and now the vast majority here of the third half, they only got a rest for 1 play, and now they're back onto the field yet again.
Get a look at Gabe Grieco, who's been a happy target today for Labrie. Now Labrie has to make something happen. He's caught from behind by Henderson, and the ball pops loose. First contact was made by Brown, then Henderson came in, but Grove City will maintain possession.
Very small pocket right there. Spartans really getting in there, and that's Henderson once again with the forced fumble right there, the mad dash for the football, but the Wolverines get to keep it.
It was Demery who came in first, and then Henderson. Brown almost scooped up the fumble, but couldn't. Now it's 3rd and 7 from Grove City's own 23-yard line. 28-10, Case on top with under 6 to play in the third quarter. Labrie directing traffic in a 4-wide set. The bottom man is Grieco. Penny Packer next to him. Labrie has to roll out again. Pressure coming from Brown. Comeback route to Drake is caught, but out of bounds shy of the sticks, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the punting unit will come out.
Yeah, probably a no-brainer to punt this one away right here. If it's 4th and inches, it's one thing, but if you've got anything more than a yard, I think you're probably going to defer to your special teams unit here.
That was both a good play by Cameron Drake, and I thought also a showing of his rookie status as a freshman, coming back to give his quarterback Labrie an option, but then not being at the sticks. Robina will muff that, but pick it back up and wrestle down at the 33-yard line. So Mario Robina getting his second punt return attempt of the day, third of the year. Nothing to be found there, and the Spartans will take over, and that, as you mentioned, Eddie, is big because it gives the defense a rest.
Yeah, they think they definitely want to take a breather, maybe get a sip of Gatorade, or just catch their breath here for a little bit, because it's been a slow but methodical offense for Grove City. They have really had Rob Kuda sit on the bench quite a bit, but Spartans offense finally getting to get back on the field. Let's see if they can establish a rhythm here.
28-10 Case, under 5 to play in the third quarter. Kuda will keep it on the option out to about the 40-yard line before he's taken down by Carl Jaskar, whose number has been called quite a bit. A special thanks to Case Western Reserve University sponsor, the Courtyard by Marriott on Euclid Avenue. Make your reservation today by calling 216-791-5678. 3 wide for Kuda. Hands off to Jacob Burke. Close to first down yardage. It looks like they'll spot Burke with enough on the 2nd and 4 plunge. A first down out to the 45-yard line. First down and 10 to go. Burke checks out. Miles Anthony comes in. Kyle Byer will play coverage a little bit back on the middleman on the 3 receiver set on the near side. That is Colton Morgan. 10 to play in this play clock. Kuda trying to sort things out with 3 seconds left on the play clock. He'll now snap it and throw it over the middle. It's caught by Zipko. Upended inside enemy territory out to the 41-yard line. Ethan Conto on the tackle.
Pretty routine pitch and catch right there from Kuda, just reading and reacting the defense, and a good find in the young tight end.
Flags come flying from everywhere. First from Zachary Cataldi, the line judge. Offsides on Grove City. That will give defensive coordinator Trent Lawn gray hairs.
Yeah, you just cannot give the Spartans any extra yardage at all. This offense is just too good, and they score too much.
1st and 5 from the Grove City 36. 3:18 to go in the third quarter. 28-10 Case. Miles Anthony on the carry, out for a first down. Tackle made by Jaskar once again, who's racked up quite a bit of tackles today. Cam Haley helps out.
Definitely serves as a reminder to the depth at running back that the Spartans have. They got 4 or 5 guys that are capable of running the ball and getting the job done.
Anthony, a senior out of Germantown Academy. Some might say undersized at 5'4", 170, but he doesn't play like it. He does a really nice job running between the tackles, which you might not expect from somebody of his stature. He knows where the strength is, though, that offensive line. Thrown deep down the right side, Orsini! Touchdown, his second of the night. Giuseppe Orsini came into today with 0 touchdowns in his collegiate career. He'll leave with at least 2.
Well, there it is. Holds on to it all the way through. We talked about the deep ball of Rob Kuda, and it has been on target here tonight. That's now going to be his 5th pass of 30 yards or more. And the deep ball once again gets Kuda and company into the end zone.
34-10 Case Western Reserve. 2:38 left to play in the third quarter. Ben Carniol still perfect. 35-10 Case, 2:38 to play in the third quarter.
Inova Living is a modern, amenity-rich residential community located in Cleveland's Greater University Circle neighborhood, offering studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes. Enjoy all-inclusive living with convenient on-site shopping, 24-hour concierge services, a 24-hour fitness center, resident lounge, and more. All within close proximity to Case Western Reserve University. Inova Living online at innovaliving.com.
35-10, Spartans leading Grove City with 2:38 left to play in the third quarter. Hey fans, are you following Spartan Athletics on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram? Follow us at Case Athletics and use the hashtag Blue Crew. That's hashtag BLUECWRU. Use hashtag Blue Crew to join the conversation. On the kick by Colder up. It's taken out to the 26-yard line or so by Byer. Well, this has been an offense that has possessed the football very well under Randall Labrie. They'll hope for maybe a quicker strike in this sequence, though, given the deficit, 35-10, and as much as hanging on to the ball has been a benefit for the white and the crimson tonight, it's getting to the point where they may start to have to run the hurry up if they want to get back into this game. There's Labrie and the shotgun snap, handing it off to Schools. Schools able to keep it going. Actually, that's Andrew Schauer. He doesn't keep it going very long, though. He's wrapped up for a loss.
Yeah, Spartans defense just does not give up rushing yards. I mean, they were one of the best in the conference last year against the run, and especially in between the tackles. I mean, when you have a team that wins the battle at the line of scrimmage as often as the Spartans do, running the ball in between is going to be tough.
The senior Andrew Schauer just got his first carry of the year. He's back out there, but flags fly again, and you get the sense from the body language that that was false start. Indeed it was, so says Stephen Hall. Second down and 18 to go. That was what it was before the penalty.
And Andrew, for the most part, Grove City had done a really pretty decent job on first and second down, making their third downs more manageable, but second down and 18 is an uphill battle, to say the least.
Second down and long for Labrie. Stepping up, rolling right, pass caught by Drake, who's been a favorite target today, and that'll get a lot of the yardage back.
You know, I think a lot of quarterbacks at this level might have just wanted to call their own number, tuck it out and run, but I mean, a nice tight spiral on the move and a good find right there by Labrie. He has really impressed me tonight with his decision making as well as his accuracy on the move.
3rd and 7 out to the 30. Grove City in its first ever visit to DeSanto Field. Third meeting with the Spartans ever. Labrie stepping up, running for a first. He's got it out near midfield, and then he is stomped by Cody Calhoun shy of the 45.
You know, Cody Calhoun had seen enough of that run right there. Pretty rough hit, but so great to have Cody Calhoun back this year. Just the emotional leader of this defense.
He even was last year from the sidelines in that 9-1 season.
He certainly was.
Slinging it out to the right for Schauer. He'll get about 3, spinning away from a tackle by Demery. Demery and Cannon on the stop. Under a minute left to play in the third quarter, 35-10, Case Western Reserve. Now 40 ticks left. Julian Kennard warming up on the sideline for Case. You wonder if he'll get some reps in the fourth quarter. Out to the near side, pass caught by Penny Packard. Stop made by the Spartans, number 43, Alex Habib. Pretty good pickup out to midfield, 3rd and 2 from the 50 with 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's see if Grove City gets a playoff. Hard count with 2 seconds remaining. That will do it for the third quarter. So we are 3/4 of the way through the first home game of the season for the Spartans. We'll come back with the ball at midfield and in the possession of the Wolverines. 3rd and 2 for Grove City, and Case up 35-10.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
35-10 Spartans at the start of the fourth quarter of play. It'll be Grove City ball on the 50-yard line at 3rd and 2. The Spartans want to thank their sponsors, including Innova Living, located within 10 minutes of Case Western Reserve University's campus and offering studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes. Enjoy all-inclusive living with 24-hour concierge service, 24-hour fitness center, and resident lounge, and much more. Going left to right, the Wolverines have the football on the 50. 3rd and 2. Labrie will look over the middle, big hit, and incomplete. Cody Calhoun came in, and Cody Gustafson had no chance.
Yeah, that really gets a guy like Cody pumped up, and that just infuses not just the defense, but the entire team. I mean, his charisma is just irreplaceable for this team, and those big hits, those also play a factor as well.
They'll go for it on 4th and 2 from the 50-yard line to start the fourth quarter. Pressure coming from the Spartans. Labrie will run it. He'll get the first, but the ball is loose on the turf. The Spartans think they have it. And they do.
Boy, and I tell you what, Randall Labrie did everything that he needed to do to get his team a first down and more, but you have to protect the football. Once again, big Ian Henderson. Boy, he really has some great speed for a guy who's 6'6" and 340 pounds. I think that's at least the second forced fumble on his account as well here today.
It is, and Justin McMahon comes up with the recovery. There have been a few cough-ups by Grove City so far today. One was negated, saying it was down by contact. One, the ball rolled out of bounds. Another recovered by Grove City, and then this one recovered by the Spartans, their first recovery of the day. They'll take over up 35-10, 11 seconds in to the fourth quarter. Kuda will remain out there. He'll give it up the middle. No, he'll keep it. Kuda now down the right sideline, chased down by Byer, and he goes out of bounds.
Boy, the one thing you just love from the leadership of Kuda is it doesn't matter what the score is or when it is in the game, he is going to play as hard as he can, and that is as tough a quarterback run as they come. He is just going to continue to run the ball down the throat of the Grove City defense.
Zach Medved has checked into the game. We thought he was going to be scratched today, but he's out there. Burke will take it. Stiff-arming a tackler, and he'll get very little. Jaskar on the tackle. Dion Miner made initial contact. It'll bring up 2nd down. So how about Zach Medved getting out there when we thought he was not going to appear in tonight's game?
Yeah, and Medved is a weapon. You know, if you're able to utilize him, he's got some really good size for a tight end, runs really good routes, and above all, he's a senior, so good to see him back in action for Case Western Reserve.
There were a few question marks coming into tonight's game. Medved was one of them. We knew Blair was out at center, and there was a thought that DeMarinis and Merlau at the guard positions might be in jeopardy of missing today, but they are out there. Justin Fan makes the catch on the near side. It'll bring up 3rd down and manageable. Out to the 34. 3rd and 5 to go. Burke in the backfield, 4 wide. Zipko and DeFrancesco on the far side. Fan and Spitali near side. They will go to Spitali. He's got first down yardage. Pushed out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
One of the things that makes Rob Kuda as good as he is, yeah, he's got a favorite target, the most experienced guy in Justin Fan, but he doesn't hone in on any one guy, especially not tonight. He's really done a great job of spreading the ball around.
13 minutes to go in regulation. Kuda in the shotgun snap with Burke at his back. Burke will take it. Off left tackle and dives forward to the 10.
Yeah, I
will
think
move the chains again.
I think that Burke is smelling that 4th touchdown, or at least he was on this run, trying to break free, getting it close to the 10-yard line, was tripped up there. That's really the only way that they can take Burke out, is you have to aim low.
Trying to tie his own Spartan record, which he set in week 3 last year against Waynesburg. 3 touchdowns already tonight. Spartans lead 35-10. The other 2 scores by Giuseppe Orsini. It is a keep. Burke on the left side, stacked up shy of the goal line and wrestled down. He'll get down at about the 2. It is 2nd down, not goal to go. The sticks are at the 1-yard line.
And I would say that the best part about Burke is that, despite the fact that he prefers to run in between the tackles, in goal line situations, you don't have to use him specifically in between the tackles. I mean, he's good enough as well to bounce it to the outside and try to score that way.
So Burke is in the backfield with Aguilar in at fullback. They will give it to Burke. Burke dives forward. He's to the 1-yard line, shy of the touchdown. But good for the 1st down, I believe. Yes, it is. So 1st and goal now from the 1. Four touchdowns a year ago in week 3 for Jacob Burke. Can he duplicate it and tie his own Spartan record? Kuda hands off to Burke. He powers forward to the goal line, and he's in for his 4th score of the night.
Just too difficult to stop. Too big of an offensive line and too experienced of a running back. That is number 4 for Burke. They keep going left, and the run blockage good enough on that last play. It has been stout all night long. Congratulations to Burke on tying his own record.
41-10 Spartans. Carnial on another PAT. And that is through the uprights again. 42-10 Spartans. 4 touchdowns for Jacob Burke, tying his own Spartan record that he set a year ago.
And Andrew, just how about the way that the Spartans are playing right now? You go into the locker room at 21-10 and you go and put up 21 unanswered here in the 2nd half. This is definitely the way that the Spartans had envisioned finishing this game against Grove City.
And the way that they have been running their offense tonight gives you high hopes for the future of this team. You figured that with Kuda coming back from the injury, you wondered what he would be running the football. You knew he'd be a great pocket passer, but he has done a great job running it. Jacob Burke has not been hampered at all, despite the large portion of the carries that he has had tonight. He's had a boatload of the touches, but he has not slowed down a bit. The deep ball has been there. And on the defensive side, hey, that drive started on a fumble recovery, so the defense is there as well. 42-10, Spartans on top. Kick fielded by Byer near the goal line. And flags come in flying from the sideline. Spartan tackle made by Munyaradzi Mangwende.
Number 55, Reese Barger, the guilty party for Grove City.
So Barger called for the penalty, and that will drop Grove City all the way back to its own 9-yard line. Spartans up big, 42-10. 1 year ago, Case knocked off Grove City 55-0 in kind of a wild game. Several weather delays, and the game didn't end till 11 p.m. because of lightning and rain. They sling it out to the near side. That's caught for a 1st down. Out to Rob Kunst, the tight end. He gets his first touch of the night.
Pretty good block by Cameron Drake. Not a bad block at all for a freshman wide receiver at the bottom of the picture on that replay. Definitely good to get some help from your guys that don't normally do a lot of blocking, but did so on that last play.
Check that, number 14, Cody Gustafson, not 44, Kunst, on the reception. Labrie will dump it out a little bit behind the intended target, but it is caught by Grieco. Dropped it, but he was out of bounds. And a flag again.
Flag from the line judge on the opposite side of the field. Be interesting to see what they call there.
Eagle Eye Zachary Cataldi apparently spotted something. So it will go against Grove City. .10:22 left to go in regulation. Spartans leading 42-10 against Grove City. Labrie in the shotgun snap. He'll hand it off and stopped very quickly. No gain on the play, and perhaps a loss for Wesley Schools. Wesley Schools, the sophomore out of Sparrow Bush, New York, product of Port Jervis High School, where they play one of the oldest high school football rivalries in the country, the oldest in the state of New York. Port Jervis and Middletown in the Erie Bell game, the game they've played since 1897, for a railroad bell that connected the towns of Port Jervis and Middletown. Thrown deep down the far sideline. Manguende in coverage, incomplete, looking for Gabe Grieco. So it is safe to say Wesley Schools has had his fair share of big games before coming on campus to Grove City College. He's had his fair share of touches tonight. You get a good look at Munyaradzi Manguende, the sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, getting a chance to get in the game down the stretch with the Spartans up big. He's going to cover whoever's on the top of your screen. Grove City checking in some new men as well. Harrison Kuchka comes in, and we will get a Grove City College timeout before they start things. 4th and 14 from their own 21s. They're waiting to punt it away with Caleb Brake. And the Spartans have not exactly lined up their punt coverage team yet. Andrew Luftglass inside the booth along with Eddy Jansen tonight for the home opener for the Spartans in 2017. Eddy, we've had a fun one. The Spartans have showcased a pretty high-powered offense, and getting a chance to see Cody Calhoun come back on defense. It's been a lot of fun.
Getting a good chance to see a lot of guys coming back from injuries. Cody Calhoun and Zach Lyon, a linebacker, and Kuda as well. And definitely good to see the Spartans, for the most part, healthy across the board.
Caleb Brake on the punt. Mario Robina, fair catch. He'll get it at the 42-yard line. And flags again.
Definitely a lot more flags here in the second half as opposed to the first half. First half relatively clean, only about 4 or 5 total between the two teams, but many more flags here in the third and fourth quarter.
And it slowed the game down to a bit of a crawl. That will go up against Case Western Reserve after the kick, so they will maintain possession and set up first down from deep in their own end at the 28-yard line. Yeah, good to see a lot of Spartans coming back from injury. Calhoun, Luke DeFrancesco among them. Unfortunately for Case, without Gage Blair today. He's the main man at center for Case, the senior from Elyria, Ohio, St. Ed's product. Thomas Strayer, though, doing a really nice job at center tonight for the Spartans. Julian Kennard will run the offense. He'll give it up the middle. And not much doing. The handoff goes to Miles Anthony. So the Spartans are just getting some of the reserves in, with Kennard getting the call at quarterback instead of Rob Kuda. He'll take a break.
And the personnel changes, but I think that the goal for the Spartans stays the same. Offensively, stay on the field, eat some clock, get a first down or two.
Julian Kennard, the sophomore from Damascus, Maryland. Played the last 2 offensive series in week 1 as well. He'll throw it, tipped and not picked off. Almost the second interception by Ethan Conto tonight, but he dropped the football.
Well, he definitely liked the fact that Spartans are still throwing the ball with the reserves in the game there, but not close to the intended target, unfortunately.
3rd down and 10 from Case's own 28-yard line. You get a good look inside the offensive huddle of the Spartans, and a few new faces for the Spartans' offensive and defensive coaching staffs, but the big new addition to the offensive coaching staff, Kevin Burke, former standout at Mount Union. While he was the quarterback for the Purple Raiders, Mount Union went 43-2, won a couple of national titles. He then went on to play professionally in Austria for the Vienna Vikings and won the title there in a league where he and his teammate, a linebacker from Mount Union, were the only 2 Americans on the side. He's now the running backs coach. Kennard will throw it out to the near side for Aguilar. He'll get a first down out near midfield before he's taken down by Byer. I thought that was interesting that Greg Debelak brought on Kevin Burke not only to be part of the staff, but to run the running backs portion of the offense. Even though he's a quarterback, it's a new opportunity for him, and he said that pretty much because he has a veteran group out there, he's learning from them as much as they're taking direction from him.
Yeah, pretty unique situation there, but I think for Greg Debelak, a no-brainer that you bring a guy on that has that kind of credibility that Burke does have coming from Mount Union.
That is quite the resume. There's a handoff to Miles Anthony, who takes it up the middle for a couple. 2nd down, out past midfield to the 46-yard line. Certainly a no-brainer to bring him onto the staff, and you hope for the Spartans that he sticks around for a couple years, and maybe he'll be a good tutor to Julian Kennard next year when you imagine he'll take the reins of the offense. Burke says he sees a lot of himself in Rob Kuda, though. Fumbled on the snap by Kennard. Grove City dives on it. They will have it. Kennard was trying to do too much too fast.
Yeah, probably just took his eye off the ball. Maybe a little bit of a high snap as well, but that's Jaskar falling on it for Grove City.
It looked like the intent was to run either a pitch or an option read to the left.
Probably.
And Kennard just took his eyes off the football. 42-10, Case leading Grove City College, 7:28 left to play in regulation. Home opener of the 2017 season for the Spartans. Randall Labrie gives it up the middle to Wesley Schools, who gets out to the 50. So the Spartans next week will take on Waynesburg at home, 7 o'clock kickoff. Last year, it was a Spartan 35-7 victory at Waynesburg. This week was a pretty interesting game for Waynesburg. They lost to go to 0-3, but to an undefeated Carnegie Mellon side, they made it a game. Thrown out near side to Drake on 2nd down. That'll get it out to the 45. It'll set up 3rd down and 3. So that will be fun. A 30-20 finish today. Waynesburg falling to the Tartans. But the Yellow Jackets made it a ball game. Remember, Carnegie Mellon was the team that ended the Spartans' hopes at a undefeated season and an NCAA playoff berth in the last game of the 2017 season. So that's a good result for the Yellow Jackets. Labrie slings it out left side. It is caught for a first down and more. Reception made by Gabe Greco.
Yeah, and you just see Grove City continuing to make strides offensively with a young sophomore quarterback, Randall Labrie, out there. You know, all things considered, you know, he has had a pretty impressive day here against a very formidable Spartans defense. He has held his own under center.
Labrie with a 4-wide set. They've moved the football pretty well. Labrie will fake the screen pass and now run it out to the right. He won't get much. He's wrapped up by Alex Habib, who was first in on the stop. Help coming as well. It looked like from Brian Victor, an inside linebacker. Labrie, the sophomore, in his second collegiate start. Taking over for Brett LaFoon, who was injured in week 1. He'll throw to the near side, tipped and intercepted.
Think we'll get an excellent look right at the near sideline right here. Excellent job of controlling the lower half, getting not just 1 foot, but both feet in there, excellently picked off. Spartan secondary has had a superb night here.
A terrific Spartan interception, and they will take over. Kyle Turkovsky in on the pick. Or excuse me, that was Luke Beadle. So his first interception, 42-10 Spartans as they take over with Kennard again. He'll run it up the middle, and Kennard taken down by Jaskar. So the Spartans will have Waynesburg next week. And as for Grove City, they will take on St. Vincent. New quarterback taking over for the Spartans as well. Instead of Kennard, they'll go with Mason G. Montgomery. The lefty throws it near side and out for a first down. Caught on the near side by Colton Morgan, who gets involved. Colton Morgan, the freshman out of Worcester, Ohio. U.S. Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award recipient last year at Worcester High School. He'll set up at the bottom of your screen. Mason G. Montgomery setting up in the shotgun. The freshman quarterback slings it near side to the freshman wideout Morgan. Favorite target early, Mason G. Montgomery connecting with Morgan for the second time in a row.
Yeah, and I like the fact that the Spartans are keeping the playbook simple for their young freshman quarterback, G. Montgomery. Just a couple of comeback routes, easy targets for Case Western Reserve, and they are moving the chains effectively with that second unit.
G. Montgomery taking over for Julian Kennard. After Rob Kuda's day finished up, 2 touchdown passes to Giuseppe Orsini tonight. Jacob Burke looks like he won't get a chance to break his record of 4 touchdowns in a game, but Miles Anthony will get the carry up the middle for a first down. .320 left to play in regulation. Case in the lead by 32 points. G. Montgomery. High snap, it's over his head, and he will just fall on the football. It's a big loss on first down. It'll drop him back to their own 32-yard line. Well, Eddy, checking in on a very important score in the pack. Washington and Jefferson undefeated at 2-0. Number 18 team in the nation. Spartans, remember, come in at number 17. Thomas More at 1-1 entering today. It's a tight ball game. Under 8 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. WNJ 31, Thomas More 26. Thomas Moore's last year in the pack. As G. Montgomery steps up on 2nd and 25, he runs for it, and it'll get out to the 45-yard line. He was tripped up and had his progress stopped, but they'll spot it at the 44, 3rd and 15 for G. Montgomery.
And you'd probably imagine that the Spartans would probably continue to climb that ladder in the top 25, looking to improve upon number 17. But they are definitely getting the national recognition that they deserve. They got it last year, and they will continue to get it this year also.
I wonder where W&J will figure at the end of this week as G. Montgomery goes up the middle to the 47-yard line in opposition territory. It'll bring up 4th down with under 2 minutes left to play. And we'll get our first look at Quinn Salwan on the punt. I mean, it would be a big win for W&J, no doubt, to defeat Thomas More. And I would imagine they'll end up higher than the Spartans in the rankings because of it. But we will see, even though Case came into today ranked 1 spot higher. 17 is where the Spartans checked in, 18 for W&J. 1:20 left to play. Good punt by Quinn Salwan, and the Spartans will down it at about the 6-yard line. Quinn Salwan, the freshman, has been very good, and he gives the Spartans an opportunity to rest Jacob Burke, give his legs a bit of a break. He does the bulk of the running all game, and now they have Salwan out there to punt. He's been really, really good, Eddie. That's his 3rd punt inside of 20 yards in 2 games.
That's really solid. And, you know, come to think of it, the Spartans have so many players that play multiple positions. You know, Fan was on special teams. Now he's a wide receiver. Burke, a rare combination of running back and punter, and Calhoun in special teams and cornerback. So definitely good to get those guys a breather.
The handoff goes to the left. And not much for Andrew Schauer, who gets the call. 1:05 left to go in regulation. This one wrapping up 42-10. The Spartans in the lead. The big story in this game, Jacob Burke and his 4 touchdowns, tying his own Case Western Reserve University record. Randall Labrie taking the snap with 40 seconds remaining. They'll hand it up the middle once again to Schauer. This is just going to eat some clock. Grove City next week going to take on St. Vincent, a home game for the Wolverines. 7 o'clock kickoff, and for the Spartans, they will be at home again. 7 o'clock kick next Saturday against Waynesburg University. Spartans defeated Waynesburg last year. They'll take it to the left side again. Close to a 1st down, but that should eat up the remainder of the clock. So the Spartans will come away with a 42-10 victory in the first game at home in the 2017 season.